nightmares.
Yep. Sneaking up on our people. Dream. So yeah.
So with that handled, do you do anything else, or do you grab the folks you were escorting and continue your journey?
What's the plan?
I think we just continue.
All right. Okay. So the next, yeah, let's say it will take you, because you're going with the path. That's gonna be just 5 days of calm, straight, uneventful journey, as you will be reaching the last half, going through the massive long stone bridge that goes over two wide rivers. You will be approaching the this, not metropolis, but definitely a town with high, sturdy looking walls. Keep in the middle of it. Plenty of infrastructure and houses all around. You would probably be able to notice that to the sides and the back there are plenty of farms. And even though it is still kinda cold and of course snowing, the lands, as you entered this area, the lands here definitely look more fertile. Of course, on the towers and at the battlements, you see guards, but the town itself doesn't have closed gates, and they do not close them when you approach.
Press that down. Well, Cursor looks at the group like a bit frozen in time. I know you've all. It's been a while since you. Well, actually, let me. It's where should I take you? Do you happen to have any old stories about somebody who might care for you? Or should I leave you up in front of the gates?
If some of our more distant family members are still around, we could try to look for them, but we think that, well, if you want to be properly rewarded for your good deed, I would talk with the I mean, assuming it didn't change, it was, from the way our parents talk, it was like the Duke was owner
Golden
of this town. What now?
Duke Older Ravengard, I'm sure that's what you meant, right? It's a bit of an inside
reference lost.
It's the Duke from Baldur's Gate 3, but it's also the Duke that exists in Descent into Avernus.
That's the thing.
I mean, they are not shooting you with arrows or something, so
Well, yeah.
with
Well then, let's go meet the ruler face to face. The ruler, sure.
so as you will
Actually, you know what? Actually, I want
go ahead.
right after the gate. Cursor looks at his troll compatriots who have successfully not managed to eat any of the people. Like, okay, now as we practice, you will announce me as Cursor, King of the North. Okay? Big announcement. He looks at them expectantly.
Okay. They may or may not have any modifiers. I just decided to roll flat d20 to get the general vibe. And they actually do quite a nice job.
Let's go. Let's go. I knew these guys could be trusted.
And you do definitely grab some ice as you will be entering through the main gate, stepping into the well-made cobblestone pathways of this quite bustling town, to be honest. And as it turns out, you do not really have to go deep in and into the keep, because apparently someone that saw you approaching already sent for higher authority, and coming from the other side, approaching you, is a contingent of guards, looking like bodyguards, more like definitely well-polished plate armor, halberds, more like, honor guard, as it should look. And in the middle of it is a very big fella, clothed in thick but also luxurious looking purple, not robes, what is the fucking name I'm thinking of? Yeah, the basically purple noble's clothing, with fur, and you realize it's not really a human, but it is kind of fat, like he's very thick-skinned, and older looking, with one of its two fangs broken at the middle, bronze-skinned orc.
Or.
Oh, welcome, guests. I've been starting to wonder if any of our messages arrived at your capital, but I take it some things require time.
Herschel looks surprised a bit, but tries to hide it. Yes, of course. I thought it was best to come here in person. To hear the words from your own mouth, what you would like to do.
Good. It's been almost a month since we sent the first raven. But after a while, we just thought that perhaps it got eaten along the way. But I'm glad to finally to have someone from your newborn kingdom, and I was even informed that you bring some of our lost ships, I take it.
Yes, these are your way. They were under the sway of cruel and terrible creature, forcing them to dig in mines. We freed them. No one in my kingdom should fear being under the sway of monsters. Of a wing.
And I'm mighty thankful for that. And of course, something extra, but if we are talking business, of course, let's not do it in the middle of the street.
Fitting. Mm-hmm.
Come with me. Let it not be said that Duke Silvertooth is a poor host.
Yes, quite looking forward to seeing your lovely.
Yes, let us have a grand feast to celebrate our arrival.
You have all these people here ready and eager. So,
Alright, so you are not being led back to the keep itself, but Duke and his entourage that brings you to the, I would say, high class tavern, the one that you need to usually pay like extra penny, extra gold for service, and very luxurious and delicious feast is being raised for the occasion.
all right.
Now, of course, I think let's get to it. You've done us well, I would lie if it was a great service, but of course I'm happy that every extra soul returned to our borders is very good. So did you have any payment for services rendered in mind?
Well, if nothing else, it would be good open, diplomatic discussions between our, two great nations. He winks a bit at that. We are a bit isolated as we are. That is not always a.
I did hear some positive talk from a few merchants that apparently had a trade fair at your capital city. But of course, having more is good, as perhaps you have noticed. Apart from being a well-defended town, as in the ages past we were the bulwark between the north and the south, we are having quite a success with farming.
Yes, that. Like eyes light up. Perhaps then we might have something to offer you. We'd quite appreciate if we were able to perhaps import some of your fine food. None of that vegetable sort. The meat and bone. For good meat.
Livestock is not as much as the fields that we have, but I'm sure we can come to an agreement. And perhaps if you would be interested to get a better deal, after all, from what I'm hearing, you are proven problem solvers. Because the town has an issue, and we were not fully sure how aggressive we can pursue it, because we are not sure if the culprits fall under our part of your kingdom or not. You see, are there any hags in your kingdom?
Yes. See, embracing another with their arms.
Sorry, what was that? Can you repeat? It cut you
Hugs?
off.
As if embracing another with your arms?
Hags.
Hags.
Hags. Ah, yes. Uh, didn't we kill one of them trying to kill some traders a while back?
You didn't kill it. You had an encounter with one
Ah.
winter hag, but after some like exchange of insults and threats, you split ways.
Mm-hmm. Ah. Yes, there is indeed at least one hag in our territory.
They're not with us, it just lives there.
Well, it seems like from what my scouts are saying that if there's one, there are more, and there's a coven active somewhere in the area. And Hugs have no love lost for humans and other humanoids, and they are quite pesky with their kidnapping attempts. If they do not respect your authority and your rule, we would greatly appreciate, of course, not only in words, if you would be willing to take care of that problem.
Well, Cursor. Well, we do like a monetary reward, of course. Would it be possible to be an opening for the trade? Your livestock flowing into my capital, and, well, I'm sure we can figure out something that would entice you all. And, part of it, we'll deal with this little hag problem of yours, making sure she doesn't cackle in the night.
Of course, I'm sure there also proper amount of coin will find its way to your pockets as the hack problem will be solved. And then he seems to ponder about something, gauging all of you, and then just shakes his head. That can wait. I know I should not judge book by its cover, but I imagine you are not much for investigative sort.
Depends on the investigation. Troll, a king must know what's up.
I have full trust in my guardsmen. They will reach the source, but apart from hags, we seem to have a bit of a serial killer problem. There have already been 3 bodies that were found with their faces gone, as it was explained to me.
Where are the bodies?
Well, by this point in time, as far as I understand, the autopsies have been done. They have been processed by the gravekeepers, and before that, of course, guards did their investigation. But again, they are working on this.
If it was all right, I would like to examine the bodies myself.
Anders, are you really hungry?
No, but the
I'm kidding.
Give me a diplomacy check.
I will indeed make a diplomacy check.
Hmm. Well, I appreciate your willingness to jump in. Hmm.
Because
I
do
think.
let my
Oh, go ahead.
Castle raises his hand. Do let my subject do this. He's very good with this, with like keeping people alive. Um,
I'm indeed trained in the medical arts.
Hmm. Very well. After we conclude the rest of this feast, I will. One of my people will prepare for you a specific paper that you are authorized to check on the bodies.
let indeed that.
The, the, the conduct. It's a morbid affair, but perhaps we'll be able to find something that my people have missed. I don't really remember cases like this ever since I started governing this place, really.
I would have a look. There may be something on the bodies that could tell us what exactly did this.
Of course.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and as you like talk about this business, like obviously, like at some point, Duke Silvertooth will want to like. But having said that, like we do not need to worry about morbid affairs all the time. And then he like glances towards Helgander. Uh, I I hope you are not the usual guest that this town has, that the drinks and food are to your satisfaction.
They are decent enough.
Mm-hmm.
Quantity is a quality of all its own.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. Again, you have my thanks for bringing the lost ship to the town. My men will give you the paper upon the feast ending, and of course, as long as you do not cause trouble, which I'm sure you will be excellent guests, as you have been up until this point, there will be no issues. And don't take this as personal insult, just expect that because of some other creatures and beasts living in this land, quite a lot of our guards are armed with, I would say,
Fire and steel.
yes, they are quite proficient with fire.
Are we sure not to cause any issues then?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent, then we'll have no issues, and this should be hopefully the start of a very fruitful partnership. I'm only sad it took so long to get any sort of response.
Yes, I think probably most those might have caught the way. Mm-hmm. Yes, we'll try and find a more reliable transportation and communicate. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Very well. Yeah, upon the feast ending, the Duke with his honor guard will bid his leave and yeah, basically tell to enjoy the stay and good luck with investigation and good hunting should you decide to go after the coven. So, what do you wish to do? And yeah, also by this point in time, the civilians who have been escorting were transferred to the guards, the proper officials, so they will like process them and try to find any relatives and whatnot, yada yada yada. Stuff that you are not interested in. I mean in character, yeah. So yeah. You are in last half. What do you wish to do?
Cursor looks to Anders. Well, Anders, how interested are you in figuring out these murders? Hmm.
Curious indeed.
I suppose we might as well
Nice.
get that sorted. These
Indeed.
sort of things last long. Do try not to take too long. Hmm.
Maybe what,
As you guys turn around to check Helligunter, you see that he has a monocle and a pipe and a not
Monocle,
quite a top
pipe,
hat, but a nice
bowler hat.
yes, that.
Mhm.
That's what I
It's
meant.
like no,
Bowler
it's
hat.
even better. It's like we see that, and he goes, yes, I don't care at all about this silly little investigation.
Yes.
Mm.
This is beneath me, but if you must have my aid, then so be
Mhm.
it.
Yep. I'm maybe, perhaps could aid you.
I do not entirely believe that this is the work of a lone humanoid.
A lot of assumptions for not even having seen the bodies. Hmm.
Given how the corruption seems to be. Give me a second.
You think it spread all the way to the human?
I think it very well could have, yes.
Well then, let us well, let us aid a friendly neighbor a bit. Hmm.
Alright. So, with the proper papers being given and directions also granted to you beforehand, it doesn't take you long before you yeah, over the course of a few hours, you're like reaching the places you need to reach, talk with people you need to talk to get access to the bodies. Sadly, one of them has not been put into the ground just yet, but it was already transferred to the graveyard to prepare the funeral. Thankfully, the other two were still in the custody of the guard. And while of course, the initial impression is like slight wariness and unsureness, the papers you receive, they give you the just enough authority that you can do what you wish with this to find out anything more. So you get access to the bodies. However, it's not enough that you are left alone. There's like one or two people like doing their stuff, but like keeping an
Probably make
eye on you.
like making sure you don't bodies. Mm.
Yeah. So if you wish to investigate, go for it. What checks you want to make?
If it's to do with examining a body,
Probably be medicine.
it will indeed be medicine. I have a feat for this.
All
So let me just roll medicine.
I must look away. Retire.
All right. That is pretty damn dope. Alright, well, it's a little bit harder with the third body, the one that was at the graveyard, because it had like the most decay. Or I'll say decay, like it was already being prepared to be put down. You are still, through your expertise, able to find out and confirm some things. Specifically, you are absolutely certain, because that's a crit success. You're absolutely certain all three murders were made by the same person or creature. The MO is the same. Looking at the wounds, imagining how the fight went on, you are absolutely certain that this is the same culprit in all three cases. The same murderer that pretty much by using a very almost like a butcher using some sort of like a cleaver or some other tool you would expect of butcher to have.
Okay, so it's definitely looking...
Taking the the victim down, and then when they would be unable to struggle, they carve the face off.
Okay, so the cuts. So okay, and I suppose the question then becomes with the cuts to the... Sorry, just give me a second.
Mm-hmm. Actually, we'll specify that from the wounds, you know that the weapon used to kill them and cleave the face off was a cleaver.
Okay, so with that in mind, then was because of the fact how biology works, was the cleaving of the face pre or post mortem?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, was it the cause of death,
Yeah.
or did they do it after they died?
Yeah. You would realize in one case it was the final nail, like the pain and blood loss from carving the face off did kill the victim. However, in a different case, you know that the face was carved off before death.
Okay, so there's a good chance. There's a good chance that would probably be the cause of death. And the wounds are very much sort of in line with a sort of manufactured cleaver, not...
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I think that would definitely be raised with...
And also, because it's a critical success, you would also try to look for any signs of struggle and fight back. You would find none really, which leads you to believe, very good idea, that all three of them were ambushed.
Oh, what was that? Sorry.
That all three victims were ambushed.
Ah.
Surprise attacked.
Okay. It seems as if that...
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
from behind with possibly a cleaver's butcher. That may indicate that they're maybe familiarity with the killer. A cleaver would indicate some form of butcher. That seems possibly a little bit too obvious.
Cursor leads over to one of the guards. Has this murderer need a man given any indication of who they are? Why they're doing?
We've received no towns, no messages to the guard or any other. To be honest, we are struggling to set a motive for those killings. Have something necrotic or anything, but things like that do not happen often in this city. Probably the first time, really. I mean, serial killers, sure, but not weird stuff like that. I was gonna ask as a DM, like the players, were you also because you would also have access to crime scenes themselves? Would you have also went and checked them?
We're well and
Yeah.
truly invested now. Yeah.
All right.
I think we just wanted to check the bodies first. Was the idea?
Okay. Okay. So yeah, for the scene, then that would be like not medicine, but that would fall under. I want to say investigation, but I'm mixing the systems, so that would be like a perception to read the scene, I suppose.
Well, I can do that.
Let me double check.
Read the scene.
Like investigate the scene, that still would fall under perception skill, I believe. Kurzo, you also want to roll? Are you good with Helgander's roll?
No, let's just gonna do it.
Okay.
Go.
Okay, so what Helgander is able to pick up, in two cases, sure, like it's a back alleyway, tight corridors, a lot of corners to hide yourself and spring an ambush. Makes sense. That those happened where they happened. However, one of them, it strikes to you as you like inspect the scene, look around. There was no way. After of course you compare the notes from the autopsy, from what Anders figured out, from how the thing was attacked, there was no way they wouldn't have seen the attacker, and yet the injuries still indicate they were surprised. And with that good result, I will allow you to make an Arcana check. Helgander?
Yeah, as
Okay.
takes a moment to click it.
Sorry. You know what? With a 24, I'm gonna give you this. You are aware, although you cannot be sure if in this case you are talking about like a spell user, like a magic user, or this is some sort of like ability your foe, your killer has. But you do have a feeling it wasn't the case of invisibility, but more like change shape.
No. Oh.
Interesting.
Okay. So we're what, suspecting possible shape-shifting?
That's what it seems like.
I'm going to, in that case, want to roll occultism. And because of the fact that I succeeded the check for the forensic acumen stuff, I do get a bonus to this.
All right.
That. I'm probably gonna reroll that.
Hmm.
Of course.
No. The class -1.
Yeah.
Do you wish to spend a hero points to get a -1 on your skill test?
Okay, Anders thinking more about it. You know what? Because we had like a good successes beforehand, I would say that you are able to connect one more dot. Because you realize the faces are missing. Like obviously the bodies not have them, but you also like inspecting the crime scenes, the guards didn't like find the faces. The faces are missing, which makes you think they are the point of the killings.
Yeah.
Which then makes you to believe, and that's like your strongest theory right now, that if this killer can change shape, the faces are the key.
Can we do a is there a check that we could do to like determine what kind of creature would have that ability?
That specific creature would fall under Recall Knowledge Society,
No, I can't do that.
which normally it would be pretty high DC, but
28 enough?
you haven't. Normally it wouldn't, but you got through the like. I would say for simplicity, basically all the investigative stuff, going around the city, talking with the Silver Tooth, like the entire day will pass. But as the day was going on, you would probably also consult with some of the local myths, sources, or maybe come to think back about the stories or books you've read back home at the capital. And as it happens, throughout various bits and pieces, there was one about not an aberration, but a humanoid that it seems to be like crafted, twisted in its own way. And suddenly, finding all those clues, you are reminded of a humanoid called, or rather, a twisted creature, a twisted humanoid called Faceless Butcher.
Ooh.
Just gonna be a faceless stuff.
BP.
It is pretty
Which,
spooky.
I'm just gonna post one thing. Because now, with that pass check, you know the exact specifics how change shape works for it.
I guess the needs of the face.
Only that one whose face they carry in their bag of faces.
Oh boy, that's pretty grim.
So we are looking for somebody that. That carries a bag
That has faces in it.
that has faces in it.
We're looking for somebody who started acting oddly all of a sudden.
Indeed.
Or somebody they thought were dead.
Indeed.
So the key was we have to figure out who the victims are.
After all, these are the...
Because imagine if they got like a guard's face.
Yes. They're looking at the guard, they're watching us.
Even so,
What is it, Anders? What thoughts are running amok in your...
we have 3 victims. That would mean that this creature would have to maintain somewhat an equal amount of time between all 3 of them, lest those close to the victims grew suspicious.
The killings, because you would have also learned that the killings have happened in the last 2 weeks. Yeah, the oldest body, the one that was at the cemetery, was like 2 weeks old. And then the second victim happened, to your best estimation, and plus collaborating with reports, almost exactly a week later. And then the freshest body, the latest murder, happened 2 days ago.
So, sorry, 2 weeks, then...
Yeah, I posted it in the chat.
Damn, there's no rhythm. Actually, 7, 5...
But do we know the identities of any of the dead?
Alright. Yeah, let me look it up. Okay, so the oldest victim that they had spent some time to like identifying, figuring out who that was actually a dragonborn judge that worked in this town. And the second was a half-elf farmer. And for the third, they had problems with that one. Like their reports were not really sure, but with your investigation and especially Anders' medicine, you actually also you pick it up that on this third body, like there was like an extra like savage attempt at mutilating the body beyond like so that nobody would be able to identify it. And that one, hold on, trying to find a good one. That's actually, human soldier, and I say soldier like the veteran guardsman.
The last of the veteran guardsmen.
Yep.
I do believe we should ask around and see if there's been any noticeable changes in behaviour of these three.
Just a quick question. Are all of the bodies fresh?
No. One looks to have been deceased for about 2 weeks. Another a week, and the most recent one about a couple of days ago.
Well, might be that it just kills every 5 days or something like that. For missing one, that's fairly possible. 15
may be-
days, 10 days, 5 days, 2 days.
If there is a pattern, the next pattern will most likely be 3 days from the last kill, which would be tomorrow. Although we would need.
Well, why don't we go and suppose we could ask the families of some of them and see if they have started acting strangely before they died.
Indeed, try and see if there was a similar. I suppose we should ask where the bodies were found. That could be a help.
I mean, you know where the bodies were found because you were also given access to crime scenes.
Oh, time to go have a look at that then.
Yeah, so that's why like Helgander get this role to basically figure out the change shape thingy. So I'm gonna adjust one thing, that the judge was the second victim, not the first one.
So yeah, I guess if the judge appears, then it's an issue. But besides that, just gotta keep an eye on for. Because like the judge. Because one thing is we know the judge is dead, so they can't use it as a disguise. Because anyone that like would interact with said judge probably knows that he's dead. I imagine one of his disguises though is probably just like some rando.
Guards and soldiers tend to operate in tight-knit units. So a disguise for that would eventually come under a fair degree of scrutiny. A judge is too noticeable, and therefore would be ill-advised. And what was the last one? Sorry.
The last one was the guardsman.
So we've got a guardsman, we've got a soldier, we've got a judge. Is that right?
I mean, the second was the judge, the last victim was the guardsman. The first one... fuck, I'm trying to...
Farmer, judge, guardian.
Yeah, the first one was a farmer.
I say we pay. I say we pay the address where this farmer lived and visit first. A judge is too noticeable, and guards tend to operate in very tight-knit units. Strange behaviour would be scrutinised closely. A farmer, meanwhile, would be easily overlooked.
So for the most part, we'd want to keep an eye out for the farmer, but the judge and the guardsman wouldn't be unreasonable to keep an eye out for, just because if they were to interact with someone they have authority over, but wouldn't precisely know that they were dead. Say, like, if there was just a random guardsman that was telling you to do something, you'd probably listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Being attacked from behind would indicate that they either were familiar with the killer or the killer had authority in some way.
Perhaps the farmer was like, "Could you lead me here?" Stab them in.
Indeed. I say we try and find out where this farmer lived first, and then pay a visit.
Farmer
Well,
first kill.
the farmer. Yeah, what was the farmer the first kill?
Yeah.
Sounds like me. Like he gained access to the city through the farmer. Then was the soldier second?
The judge was the second, the soldier was the third.
Mm-hmm.
The soldier, I said like the guardsman. I said the soldier initially because like the guardsman is like more like not the run of the mill greenhorn, but someone more experienced as to like they realize like oh shit, it was one of our ranks. Like actually it was like quite an experienced fellow. Gonna import the stats. Okay. The stealth DC is usually like 10 plus your perception modifier, right?
Oh, what was that? Sorry.
To basically to succeed at stealth DC is to beat your like 10 plus your perception modifier.
Oh, that's correct. Yeah, unless we're actively searching, I believe.
Which we arguably are.
Yeah. Which my actual main activity is technically search.
I'm not sure what activities are.
That's for hidden objects or hazards. So you know what? Ignore that. If somebody's trying to sneak, then yes, it gets perception DC.
Yep. And it's not like you particularly sneaky.
We are.
Yeah, it's not. Again, it's like you do not really have sneak as your skill.
Nope.
Right. So
I'm super stealthy. What are you talking about?
Yes. Very stealthy when it comes to hiding your hoard.
I would have one question. During this stuff, are you trying to basically stick together?
See, why not? We're kind of like we're big and we're scary, but we're also in a place we don't know anyone else, so we're just sticking together.
I'm sure bad things would happen if I started wandering off on my own.
I mean,
Yeah,
too, if I'm half to have Anders present that idea that one of us go off on our own.
Which of us would be the best to be alone? I'd say probably Helgander with his flight.
I mean, the thing
Or
is that
Anders with his ability to heal.
yeah, a troll will look like they can heal too much. A drake will be far too easily able to escape. I think I'm the best choice for this.
Rest in peace.
Alright.
I'm also the
I
most
am perfectly fine
perceptive.
with Heligander is perfectly fine with someone else taking the initiative to go off on their own on the dangerous mission.
Yeah, no, Cursor's like, yep. You're better luck, soldier. You will be missed. I mean, if you die.
Remain somewhere nearby. I will signal
We
to you
are not.
if I come
We are
under
not
attack.
stealth per se. Cursor scratches his head.
Look to
Oh,
the skies then. In that case,
Look to the skies. That I can do.
On the third day, look to the east.
All right. Let me see. Damn, this creature doesn't really have any knowledge checks to know that trying to fuck with you is not gonna work well.
But
So,
make sure you're very vocal in looking for him.
Have you guys seen a serial killer? Hey, about trying to be like suspicious. I'm looking for a serial killer.
okay, so the
Just in the sense that if he knows you're looking for him, he might specifically target you.
that may be an idea.
right. So just to be absolutely sure, the plan is that Helgander is being a bait to
No, Anders is.
Anders is the bait. Okay.
Yeah,
Anders
the,
has the healing abilities. It's more tanky.
yeah. The reason for that is that as a Drake, of course, Helaguna can just fly off, which makes for a tempting target.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Curzon's a troll who are notoriously difficult to kill. Currently, Anders, I think, is the most quote unquote normal looking of the bunch because he just looks like a big human in full plate with a sword.
All right. Okie dokie. Give me your active perception check.
Just him?
Uh, yes, for Anders actually to
Okay.
make. I mean, everyone else can also roll, but like I specifically need it for Anders.
Where's my check?
Okay, 28. We're just gonna do this one thing to set the scene. As I realized I didn't import the stats of the creature from the module. I'm sure that they have it, I just need to like import it. So Anders, as we were looking around and basically believing that in the night the creature hunts, and usually compared to the other three victims, that usually wouldn't happen like around the later evening nightly hours. So as you set up the bait during the night and you are trying to be very perceptive, looking for any signs of movement, any sound coming from this town, that gets reasonably quiet during the night, despite how bustling with life it is during the day. And yet, even you are a little bit, not a little bit, you are surprised as your ears do not pick up motion as you're suddenly rushed from behind.
Jesus Christ, that's a plus 24. Yeah, that wasn't a great chance I was beating that, to be honest.
Yeah. And also Helgander and Kurzvold can also roll perception.
So bug that.
Yeah, so sadly Helgander would have not been able to shout out a warning.
I always
Okay.
wonder if like the visual dice actually matter,
Hmm?
or if it like
Oh, yeah,
rolls
it's
it
like
and then it forces the visual dice to get that number.
I'm not entirely. I don't know honestly. I think
Wait.
So, Korzol, you gonna be rolling, or you do not really
Yeah,
have a
no,
chance
I'm
of
good.
beating 30? Okay, yeah. So Anders is, yeah, sadly surprised. The creature managed to find just the right spot at just the right time to get a jump on you.
Like you.
Okay, so strides, and yeah, this is not a low level creature. Actually, yep, never mind. Forgot to. That's the first, and then that's the second. As the cleaver digs deep into your flesh.
ouch.
Let's see, your AC is 26, so that's a crit and a hit, I suppose.
Yep.
Okay. Fuck, I didn't. Yeah, I'll have the proper stats of the creature imported next time. I hope the macro will work. So that's the crit. Oh yeah, it worked. And then that's the regular.
Ouch.
And with that, the blood sprays, and the predator makes itself known. The Faceless Butcher. We're gonna call it off for today and continue this next time.
Right? Yeah, we get to watch Anders get murdered next. Alright.
I'm very glad that I'm playing a healer.
Yes, that's why we sent you out alone. To die, I mean, fight.
So 97, a crit, and then okay, I'm at 70 health. It's fine.
Yep. Okay, so let's. I mean, just so that we do not forget, let's quickly go through the milestone questions. Where did I put it? Okay. Okay, so have you learned anything new, interesting / useful?
That there are fucking shape changers infiltrating civilized society.
I feel like more like no. We met some new people, but learned more about the world, but more helped our tribe than like learn anything super wacky.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Tuve, you say that. The thing is that we've encountered the faceless stalkers before. This is a very similar thing to the faceless stalkers, which means that there's something.
That is a pretty good point. So it seems to be an entire thing across all the Nord.
Yeah.
Okay, then that sounds like a yes for this question.
Yeah. That things seem to be linked.
Okay. Have you defeated a notable enemy? I would say no. That's gonna be. That's why it's gonna be happening.
Very dangerous.
Hopefully it'll be happening.
Yeah, you might be able to give that to the stalker next session, but we haven't done anything yet.
We've defeated a notable enemy. Those blue belly ogres are definitely a threat and will need to be taken care of.
Yeah.
No.
Even more so than
The faceless butcher.
yeah,
And
than
that's
the
one is.
weird eldritch things that are attacking us.
I was gonna say you definitely might wanna consider like the things if you have anything to like keep someone in place. Because they are not mindless and they are not stupid.
Beating them down seems to work.
Okay, have you survived a noteworthy such dangerous encounter? Again, that's gonna be happening next session.
Yep.
I suppose. Have you acquired a worthy treasure?
Nope.
Yeah,
No.
not really. Right, I need to remember to ask you that next time because you would have had a chance opportunity to sell that precious, like 600 gold worth of precious stones in the last half. And have your actions assisted your people, your tribe?
A little bit. That whole meeting the guys, trade deals, but I feel like that's after we beat the whole witch, where it's really like, yeah, see that. So yeah, right now
Alright.
in the middle of a lot of things more than.
Alright. Now I also have to consider. I mean, we can definitely think of something if Derp and or Sinful's characters show up. Because I'm not sure if Sinful you still have a chance if he would be available next week.
Sinful chilling it.
Maybe he's not present. But yeah, we'll see what's
He
gonna
probably fell asleep.
bring what the next weekend will bring. And for now, I probably gotta bounce and take a nap. Hope you enjoyed the session, and I will see you next
Yeah.
week, I suppose.
Friend.
Yeah.